So what we have discussed yesterday, in the yesterday session, we have seen about the introduction about ReactJS. Next, what type of ReactJS is using the design pattern? Which design pattern ReactJS using? Separation of concerns. Okay. Next, what are the different package files you are going to see in the folder structure?
Package.json and package.log.
Package JSON and package live log.json.
JS.
JS file. So what is the difference between those two? Package.js file is where you are going to have the dependencies, compilations. Next,
versions.
so node, package log which contains the node references, node module references. Next, so which is the name? What is the name of first web browser?
It's more.
World Wide Web.
World Wide
Yeah,
Web.
www.
Yeah. So please prepare the things. Please don't be lag in any session. Please prepare for the session. So whatever the labs I'm going to give, please try to complete. So whoever is not at install, right? Try to complete the installation. Simply install the Node.js. That's it. Next, once you install the Node.js, right? Run the command to check node is what is the version of the node. Next, run the command to check what is the version of npm. After this one, simply use which is the command you need to be used to create ReactJS application.
npm.
Okay.
And npx. Okay.
I create React app and file name.
So if you are going with npm command, npm space I space. Correct? So if you are going with npx, no I. I is not required. So npx is the executable directly by itself. npm is the simply a command. It will you need to be add installation. So simply choose a folder, command type npx create hyphen react hyphen app and your application. Next, once it is set up right, you need to be run the application. Type a command npm start node package manager start. This start will be call the internal logic of your package.js file, your package.js file. So it will be check for the start command. Okay. So based on this start command, the respective React.js will be compiled. Okay. So next, once it is done right, simply open Visual Studio Code. Once you open, the previously if you open right, automatically it will open directly. You don't need to write. You don't need to. Give me a second. So team, whenever you have the doubts, right, please wait at the 8:30. Okay. We'll have all the doubts at a time, or else you can text in the chat whenever you got the doubts. So in the end, we will see about. So maybe a few doubts will be the linkage doubts. If I may be going to say something, you may ask. So let us avoid the disturbance. So please have the doubts, note it down. We'll discuss at the last. Okay. Next, once you open, right? If you are open earlier, Visual Studio with your specific application, automatically that will be load. That is the intelligence. Okay, or else you can able, if you want to load, you can able to load. How to load? Open folder. Next, come here, copy this path, add the path. If you open folder. Just now we run that command, right? Automatically the command .exe, the link will be here. Because of that one, it is getting like that. So the path is came. Next, which file you should be go inside of src folder, because the work environment is the source for you. You should not be work outside to avoid the burden of to load node models, everything here, right? Simply use that one. But which is the just opening the folder, we no need to worry. It is simply opening the folder. Here we are running the npm starter. Anytime if you changing the any folder, any folder file, automatically the compilation will be go. Okay, the compilation will be happened. Next, so these are the basics we have seen yesterday's session. So let us continue with the index.js file. The next one is index.js file. Take a heading. Please take the notes parallelly. Okay. So team, as like yesterday, right? Whoever is joined, right? Can you please text? I was joined after this session. Just text it. Take a heading index.js file. So where is this index.js file? This index.js file will be inside of the SRC. What is the purpose of index.js file? So as well, your application will be injected here. Your application will be injected or built your index.html file. So in yesterday, I have shown about index.html file in the folder. Okay. So let me go one step before. Here you can able to see public also. Example ReactJS. See here. Let me select this one. So if you observe here, in the application, we're having the only one index.html file. This is our file. Okay. In this file, you are having the only one root element, that is nothing but a division element. Div id is equal to root. Okay. Div id is equal to root. So here you are going to build your application. Other than this HTML, remaining all are nothing but the JS files. Or else you can able to create your CSS files. But how remaining JS files, all JS files are nothing but a components. How those will be injected or built, right? So inside of index.js, it will be happen. Index.js is the responsible to build your application and add inside or inject inside to index.html file. See here. Here we are simply using the React syntax. In this React syntax, I am getting the document.getElement by id. So by this one, the element will be fetched into the root. So in this root, I am going to inject my app. So this app is nothing but a app.js file. Okay. So let us take that one. So index.js file will render the application, render or build the application by injecting the app component. So here app.js is nothing but our component. Got it? So how it will be, which is the syntax? But no need to worry about the syntax. We will discuss the syntax later. So react.strict, the strict is nothing but in the JavaScript, we are having the concept of use strict. If you refer the JavaScript my series, you may got the use strict, or else use strict is the thing which will avoid the hoisting problem. So yesterday one person raised a question, right? What is the difference between the var let constant? Var will support the hoisting in the sense you can able to assign the data then declare. Okay, you can able to use it and then pay it, but which is not a correct process, right? You should be pay and then only use it, which is the correct process. So here also in the ECMAScript 6th version, they given a use strict. Simply react.strict mode will be that mode. Undefined variables will be thrown as error. Okay, all these things you will get in-depth knowledge once you dig into the project. Okay, next, what is the next file? Yap.js. This is the main file to communicate or build the components of your of the application, components of the application. So I said, right, we are going to see the real-time project. So what type of real-time project we are going to see? So it's not about a shopping cart project. If you observe, there is a one video series directly available for everyone. Okay, So in the last batch, I have explained about the patient management system. So each time I will take the some real-time project. See here, these type of the real-time project you are going to work. This type of the real-time project you're going to work. So which is the not any exist, I mean, which is the existing project, not a specific to any client, but which are the real-time projects only. Okay. See, every time we are going to see some real-time projects. So these are the things we are going to learn here. Okay, not about a simple application or not about a single connectivity. So every time either healthcare domain or a banking domain or else a financial domain or else ERP domain, any domain we can able to choose and develop the application, which is the half. I mean, in this document I am having the half information. Okay, same like that one. So in the last batch, if you gone through the video series, right, there also you can able to see one of the real-time project for the Angular batch. So let me open and reshare back. Angular Pro. See here, able to see, which is already existing project. You can able to see not only this one. So number of other projects also is there. See here. So here we are creating the different dashboard. Here we are applying the number of ways. Correct? Adding the items, deleting the items. Here you can able to find the few other items also. So like this, we are going to learn and practice. So which is not able to simple thing. I say, okay, practice this one. So okay, print a table. Okay, not kind of the training. You will definitely get a one or two real-time project. If you're too interested, I will give the 3 to 4 other projects also. Okay.
Yeah, Krishna, can you show me the
I will
videos?
send you the link.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
now show to, right? Okay. Next, app.js is done. Next, whatever other than this app.js, you are going to see about the CSS file, index.cs, app.css. So these files are, if you want to add any specific CSS, you can able to add. For example, if you want to add a specific CSS to index file, you can able to add. Next, a specific CSS to app file, you can able to add. So can I create a common file and can I able to add all the CSS at once? Yes, you can do, but which is not a recommended. Few other applications I am seeing, right? So people are creating only one CSS file. So everybody will be injected there only. Already app.css file. No. So today's session, I'm going to create a component. Each component, for example, if you take a clinician. So if the clinician component is there, you need to be created there. For example, debit card. Debit card payment section is there. Payment is the one component. For that payment, you need to create a separate CSS, which is the standard principles and recommended. Okay, we should follow the recommended. Ultimately, all these CSS files will be converted to single one or two CSS files. So that we no need to worry. But we should be write individual CSS files. Even though app.css is the main CSS file, because which is the referring to JS file is the referring to all these things, right? This also you can able to use, but which is not recommended. So I will tell what is the principles and the recommendations also. Okay. Okay. Next, CSS files. Each component will have styles. Those will be add in those file, in those component. So each component will have the styles. Those will be added in those component as .css file. You can able to take like this CSS files. Okay. Next. So my files are ready. I got understand the folder structure, but how this application or architecture will be load inside of your browser. So let us see a simple diagram. Please draw this diagram. See here. This is our React application. Okay, this is our React application. So this React, I will give the names. Give me a second. So this React application will be compiled. The compilation will be converted to a DOM, but here is the virtual DOM. This DOM will be loaded into a real-time DOM. So this is nothing but your React application. This React application will be compiled. This React application will be compiled. Which is the compiler tool we are using here? The compiler tool is the Node Package Manager. Node Package Manager, simply npm is our compiler tool. Though this npm will be used the Node.js. Already we have installed the Node.js, right? It will be installed in a keep in a computer, but we don't know. We no need to worry about how it will be. After this compiler, it will be convert virtual DOM. Virtual DOM. So this virtual DOM only will happen in the React applications. So this virtual DOM, can I see? No, you can't able to see. React people will be converted to virtual DOM. This DOM will be loaded into the browser DOM. This is your browser DOM. So what is meant by this DOM? Let me showcase this thing. Okay. So React. Next one is compilation process to virtual DOM. Please take this flow. Next virtual DOM to browser DOM. So this is the compilation process will be happen. Application converted process. Okay, done. Let me know. So I will showcase this one. For example, if you open any Amazon, let me take as Amazon site, any website, once whatever the technology will be, so the application is going to load, right? So before this application is developed, it will be in some technology. So here treated as a React app, this will be compiled and hosted. The hosted will be a virtual DOM. Virtual DOM. This virtual DOM will be loaded into the browser DOM. I will showcase you the browser DOM. You can, if you want, you can able to show by using the right click inspect page, or else press F12. Few computers you need to press function F12, or else right click inspect page. Here you are going to see something, the content, right? This is nothing but a DOM, document object model. All your HTML will be loaded inside of your DOM. Inside of your DOM. DOM is nothing but a document object model. Okay, this is the DOM. The content which is loaded inside of the browser as a DOM. That this is the technical word. Okay. Next, if you want, you can able to go through the content also. If you are able to understand, all this is nothing but a, it is loaded into the browser. Definitely, you can able to understand. DOM. Next, if you want to see the folder structure, you can able to go to the source. Here also you can able to see all the code and files. In our application also, if you want, you can able to see localhost 3000. ReactJS will be run on a 3000 port. So here ReactJS inspect page. Once you inspect the page, right, you can able to see this is the real DOM. So this real DOM, before going to load into the browser, a virtual DOM will be created by the ReactJS. Okay, they will be take care. Here you can able to see, definitely see here, this is my index.html. Okay. Next, if I have any static files, yes, you can able to see the static files also. src, app.js, index.js. These static files you can able to see, but these files you will never see in a real time. Once you are going to build your application in the production mode, okay, once the production mode is come, all these files will be go off. Okay, I will showcase in a separate session how the production mode will be run. So anybody having the idea about the which command to run in a production mode? Okay, so I will showcase the how the production mode will be work.
npm build
Okay,
is
prod is the command. Okay, so basically nowadays everybody using the Azure. In the Azure we are having the CI/CD pipeline. So all these commands, the production deployment commands will be written there. But before the Azure, right, people will, whoever doing the manually, they need to run in the production mode. We need to check in these files also. Earlier we used to do the same. We are going to check in the file. Once check-in is done, okay, our means our code is going to check in. This is my actual files will be check in. Once the check-in is done, we are going to run a separate command to convert all this file to browser understandable JS or CSS files. Okay, so after this conversion, right, we again doing the check-in for these files. Okay, so to avoid this repeated work, right, instead of developer to do in the hosting environment, can it should be do in the hosting environment also we can do? Yes, that can be done by using the CI/CD pipeline. There, all these commands will be configured. So you no need to bother about that one. All will be taken care of by your Azure, or else whatever you are. If you are using the Amaja, whatever it is, different hosting websites, all are nowadays providing the CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so this is your regular DAM. Okay, so this is the process is happen. But once my React application is going to load into the browser, right, how process will be occurred? Okay, so how process will be occur? See here, this is my website, this is the developer website will be like this, but hope everybody know that one. So once the development is completed, companies will be purchase a specific domain, yes or no? Either they can able to purchase Azure domain, or else they can able, if you see continuously nowadays we're getting the, I mean, Dhoni website, Dhoni ad, right, GoDaddy, but based on their interest, a company, small company or big company, whatever it is. So number of things are there: GoDaddy, Sumi, next Azure, next AWS, next what else, Google. All these are peoples are providing the hosting environment for you, so you are going to host there. So now I will showcase how your React.js application will be work. So next, take it as React app flow. So now take it as a React.js application flow. Okay. So how this React.js? See here. So your things will be hosted in a somewhere else. Okay. So treat it as this is your hosted environment. So as a developer, so I'm going to use my computer. Okay. This is my computer. So in my computer, I will open a web browser, type some URL. So I will type some URL like this. For example, image. Once if I type this URL, hope everybody know, right? This domain, entire the world, it should be unique, which is the rule. Entire your domain name should be unique entire the world. Okay. Same like how movie name should be unique, right? Here domain also. So once the same movie name you can't able to use, copyright issues will become. Here also the computer, once you enter the address, right, then it will be checked for the hosted domain. So inside of the hosted domain, there will be the configuration which file to be start. Okay. So how this process will be occur, let me explain. So once the application reaches a request, right, computer, from this computer, I have sent a request. Here I have sending the request. Once it is sent, next if you are using React application, how it will be loaded? First React application will be load. React application will be call your index.html file. It will be called for which file? Index.html file. So this index.html file will be call your which file? Just now I said, right? Which file?
Index.
Yes,
Index.js file, because
Yes.
JS file will be built and inject your application into the index.html file. So this index.html will be called next your app.js file. See here, this is the process. This app.js will be called your specific component. For example, you are using the routing, whatever it is. Okay, those specific components will be called. Take it as all these are nothing but your components. For example, if I want to log in, I will call a login component, but I will take the decision which component it should be load. This is the one component. This is my one more component. This is my one more component. Okay, this is the way architecture will be go. So once my component is loaded, but where is my data? I require some data or not? Do you know
Yeah.
cyber towers in the Hyderabad? In the Hyderabad, cyber towers is constructed, right? So cyber towers purpose is anybody? What is the purpose of cyber towers? Not for the software company. There is a one purpose for the cyber tower. Okay, to store the information. Cyber tower is constructed because so at that time they got, I mean, something was happening. Something is in the sense business point of view. People will be talk, right? Our government will be talk to the so and so persons. At that time, you can able, if you want, you can able to find the series. So in one meeting, KCR will be said, right? So and so person only taken that cyber towers to Hyderabad to store the information. So why so he clearly explained that when video also. Why? Because if you take the foreign countries, floods, earthquakes, very easy to coming. Yes or no? Frequently floods and earthquakes, so and so. So at the time you want to store the data, it should be in the secure place. If you see in the Hyderabad, right, at the time they given the as per their infrastructure of the Hyderabad or else whatever the structure in different places they can able to take it. So they explain like as per the infrastructure you can able to store your data happily because entire anywhere in the world if you're going to deal with the data, exchange the data, it should be stored somewhere else. Even the cloud platform also, nowadays we are seeing the cloud platform, right? So how this cloud will be work, it should not store in somewhere in the clouds or somewhere in the air. So all the things will be stored in somewhere else. Okay, here the next point I mind to say, next my database. Here I'm having my database, nothing but a DB. On the top of this DB, some APIs will be work. Okay, I will create this diagram simply for API. API will be responsible to call your database. So as a your login component or registration component, you need to be register or not. So each component should be responsible to create one more service. You should create a service. Okay, what is the purpose of service? So instead of the component take the responsibility call a DB, you are going to create a service. So this is the service is nothing but all these are for nothing but a JS files. App.js, the components also a JS file, services also is JS file. If you take a Angular, the component will be convert HTML, TS file and CSS file and then services. But here in the ReactJS, everything is the JavaScript files. This service directly will be talked with this APIs. No, there is a one more service that is called as a context service. There is a one more service in between these two. There is called as that even is nothing but a context service file. Okay, let me write context service file. So this is the way application flow will be come. Okay, how application flow will be go first, whenever browser the domain requested, right, first index.html will become, I mean, let remove. So first index.html will become this will be called this index.js file. This index.js will be called your app.js file. So app.js file you are going to take a decision which file to be called. Yes or no? So there will be different components will be injected here. Those will be components will be called based on the specific component. For example, if I call this component will be called this service. All the service should be injected or use this context service. Here you are going to call all the APIs. Why so, right? Instead of having the number of 1, 2, 3, 4 like this context, you can able to have a single context. This context is nothing but the actual APIs will be called from here. This will be called your app. So this API will be send some response back. Always we are going to deal with a JSON response. Okay, 200% we're already always you are using the JSON file. We're not going to use the XML. So XML simply treated as a string. Okay, so once the string is comment to here, we are going to write a one simple JavaScript code to convert a string to HTML. So here I'm expecting the JSON. This context will be send information to this service. Now my data is came, right? So once the data is came, it will be sent to the service. This service will send to the this component. This component will be loaded into the app.js. This app.js already rendered inside an index. This index will be rendered index.html. So whatever this render, so from your computer you can able to see the output. So which is the simple application flow in the React.js, it is the happen. Okay, so take this as a simple diagram. Take it as a diagram. Meantime, I will check for the issues.
Is there service is a common, or we have for I mean for each component?
So that's why, right here, each component should have the, which is the rule, which is the basic principle, but people are doing that one or two common services. No, a component should have the unique service. Registration component is nothing but it should contain the registration service. Login component should contain the login service. Okay, which is the each component responsibility to have the each service, which is the recommended architecture. But a component is a JS file, service is the JS file. Any service you can able to inject anywhere. For example, once you log into the system, how you are going to do? So first, you are logging into the system, you need to fetch all the users, yes or no? For example, I want to log in with the credentials geeta@gmail.com, so and so password. So how my login will be happened? When I click on the login button, I should have to get all the users. Yes or no? On the top of that users, I will write a logic to find my user is exist or not. But you will never write a developer will be right. You also a developer. So developer will be right to find that data is exist or not. If it exists, then you are going to navigate to a different page. That can be home page, dashboard page, or also profile page, whatever the page. Got it?
Yeah.
So in the situation, one service will be consumed in another service. Yes. Login service will be consumed either your registration service as well as login service. If you write this separation of concerns, these all things are nothing but separated as per their concern. Concern is nothing but each section. For example, this is my login. This login will be consume registration as well as this login will be consume login information. So once a user is done, next I need to maintain some variable user is logged in. Okay. So those type of the things to avoid the code duplicate. For example, if I without the service, if I want to create some code here, right? So again, same code I need to construct here to get the information. Next, I want to show all the registered users. For example, admin will be there. Admin can able to see whatever the registered users. Correct or not? So
Correct.
whoever is registered my application, whoever is coming to my sessions, as a developer, you are going to register. At that time, it will be one page. Again, here also I want to call the registration service to see all the information. Okay. So now let me go over the doubts. Can you please take that diagram? Vikram, simple shortcut is code in command prompt. This is the nothing but a startup of our application, correct? Yes. Only two. Vikrant, మీ క్వశ్చన్ నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. సింపుల్ షార్ట్ కట్ ఈస్ కోడ్ ఇన్ కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్.
To open a folder in VS Code.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Number of shortcuts. Once you dig into the application, right, that shortcut that you can able to write like to open a folder. You can able to say code means automatically. Yes.
Code space start is to open the VS Code, not a specific folder.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
In the command prompt, you want to type a code, then Visual Studio Code will be open. Correct?
Yeah.
So I'm also saying that one. Yeah, I know that. Okay. So let me know once this is done. Yeah. Meantime, you can able to go ahead with your doubts. Anybody?
Once we run our website, there in developer tool we can see index.html, index.js.
Correct. All your code will be seen in the inside of developer tools.
We can't see that
wait.
services, no? Services we can't see, no?
Services I have not yet created, right? Once I
Yeah.
create the service, each
No.
and every file. So until the code is in the development mode, you can able to see all the files.
Okay.
But
input
there is a one
input.
logic behind that one. But basically, for example, if you're using the anybody from the Angular, right? So if you are using the TS files, the TS files will be not understood by the browser. React
Okay.
also will not be understood by the browser. How it will be happen mix? Because there is a technology, I mean, already it was inbuilt technology for the React and Angular, the concept of mapping. So
Okay.
there is a concept of mapping. So whenever you are here already you are doing the, can I clear this one?
Yeah.
Okay. See here this is the website, but whenever you are running the npm start, right, all these files will be converted to browser understandable JS files, but still you can able to see your code. But this is not actual files. This is just for a mapping files to debug the code. See here bundle.js, which is the actual file to understand the browser. But SRC you can able to see. But see here, this code browser will not be understand. These are nothing but mapping files. Okay, mapping files. There is a concept of mapping. I mean, mapping is not any explicit concept. It is an inbuilt concept. So in the developer mode, if you want to debug or the C code to make it as a developer friendly, these guys will be exposed this one. These guys given like this. Okay, through the mapping, they will map this code to whatever the browser converted files. Okay, but once you deploy or else once you run in the prod, you can't able to see.
Okay.
Okay, so here you can able to see each and every file, CS file, even though you have the services file. So today our application is the simple, only two files. I have not yet created a components. Okay, once if I created a component, then you can able to get it.
Okay.
Okay, so next I said components, right, where we need to create a component. So inside of SRC folder, you should have to create a folder like name as a component, components or component. So inside of this one only you should be create. Okay, inside of this one again you need to be create, for example, login.js. Now login.js is my component. Okay, you should have to create, for example, I need a services where I can able to create a service. Can I create inside of a components? No, take these points also. So you should create a component folder to write a component. Next, if you want to deal with the services, you need to create a folder called services. But basically, can I create a directly service inside of components also? Yes, login.js also a service. I mean, nothing but a function, nothing but a simple JS file. Your service also a JS file. But give the name like this: login dot service dot JS. So the name should be understand. For example, if you take any person name, right, by seeing the name, we can able to understand where he can be from. Okay.
Is there any reason in app A is capital,
Where
app.js, app.css, app test, A is capital, while in
A is
other?
capital, I is the smaller. So
Yeah.
there is no specific you can able to
Okay.
use.
Okay. Okay.
But there is a reason behind here. If you observe that one in the Google, there is a reason behind the capitalization of the function. But there is no reason for this one. If you got
Okay.
some reason also which is wrong, but there is a reason behind this one.
Okay.
Okay. Next, so here what you are going to write, you are going to write a functions. That's it. So here our JavaScript will become. Let me, if I want to create this login.js, so our JavaScript will become to write your files. Okay, give me a second. Is that clear how the architecture and application flow? Next, we will see about how to add a third party libraries or nothing but how to add a bootstrap, and then we'll create a component or a function. Next, add third party references or bootstrap to your to your ReactJS application. So team, try to complete all the setup today and to try to complete adding the Bootstrap. Next, whatever example I'm going to give, right, try to complete. So today take it as a, even though first class also 2 to 3 members are only less than 5 members are completing whatever I'm giving from the first day onwards. Okay, so try to complete, that's it. Whatever I'm going to declare here, whatever the questions I'm going to hear, whatever the labs I'm going to hear, try to complete. Okay, if you think
Hi,
or
Krishna. One thing. In each and every component to maintain the service is mandatory.
yes, I said right. Mandatory in the sense, if you want to create, for example, you are creating a one component only for the logic. Okay, it does not require any data at the time. Service is not required for it. If you want to deal with the API at the time only, you need the service. Okay, for example, you want to go to create a grid file, simple plain grid. Okay,
Yes, okay.
so for this grid, it should not get data from a service. From the parent to child, it will get the data. In that case, service is not required. So here my intention is service is required whenever you are fetching the information from your API.
Okay, like this, you need to maintain that layout page. You need to call that component.
Correct. So all the structure we are going to see. Okay, next, how to add your third party. So most of the third parties already registered inside of the Reactor. You can able to simply see here, go here. So wherever your project is created, this is my project. Type command cmd. So this command is already running, no need to worry. Here type command. Okay, once you type the command, which command you need to type? npm space I space bootstrap. If you press enter, it will take 2 to 3 minutes or the 5 minutes based on your network performance. It will not take the time. Press enter. So then it will be created or it will be downloaded Bootstrap files for you. You can able to see Bootstrap. All this will be injected through a command. Whatever you run, right, all will be add inside of a node modules. ABC Bootstrap. Here you can able to see Bootstrap. Okay, this Bootstrap will be added.
I think that will we can see in package also dependent.
Yes. So which is the physical file I'm showing to you, but the
Okay.
reference also will be added inside of the package.json file. Yesterday I said, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
whatever the Bootstrap references, all will be
right.
added. For
Right.
example, React router DOM also added. So all this will be come as a reference here. Okay. So
And that
you
file is
want to,
also stored in node modules also.
so npm I small n, please follow the small n for I for the Bootstrap. There is a number of different variation. People will be show different syntax. Simply follow whatever I give it. So once you run above command run will add the Bootstrap. For example, you want the jQuery also same Bootstrap files in node modules folder and add a reference in the package JSON files. It will add a both files. In the lock also it will be add, the package.json file so it will be add. Okay, simply run this command, try to install the Bootstrap. So which is the step number 1. Next, what you need to do? Next, go to the app.js file and import the Bootstrap references. So Bootstrap is providing 2 references. I mean, number of references are there. Bootstrap means it will provide the references. Bootstrap providing the .css and .js files. Okay, so how to add it? Simply go to your app.js. So can I try in the index.js file also? Yes, you can able to try, but we are given the responsibility of our manager, to coordinate the students. That's it. I mean, sorry, to organize the office. That's it. The team lead will be coordinate. Team member will be act. So same like here also, index.js also, if you want, you can able to add it. But the responsibility will be start from here, right? Our application, you can able to add. Simply you can able to do import simply braces bootstrap / dist. Some people will be do like this also. / node modules / bootstrap / okay, please don't use this one. No, you can able to use directly this one. Okay, that's why I'm removing that one, not showing that code. So simply you need to add a .css on JS file. So internally this CSS will use some JSS. Okay, all these are given by the Twitter. There is a number of CSS frameworks are there, but Twitter is the very famous one. But the Bootstrap, the architecture they given for this Bootstrap or the CSS is the very impressive by all the clients. That's why all the clients are using the Bootstrap. That's why we are learning the Bootstrap to use in our project. So take it as these two lines. So you should have to import like this.
Can we do this in index.html? Because for style sheet usually earlier not. Okay, we can't.
Okay, those are the rules. We should be follow the some rules. That's why,
Okay.
right? You should follow here. But
Okay.
index.html also you can able to import. All these are the plain files. So
Okay.
up to the developer. But this public folder you should never change. Here also you can able to add a, for example, link
Okay,
rel is equal to style sheet. Here you need to provide the h reference. Okay, // no, it will go inside. So like this you need to be added. So public and node modules in the child relation. I mean index.html, how the relation index.html, public is the parent. So .. node module / peoples will never add like this. Okay, but it will add work or not, it will work. But reference is required for the project. Wherever it is, the reference is required.
okay.
Okay, few files are there. We should not touch it. If you touch it, for example, here people will be sir, it is the root. Can I change the root? Yes, if you want to change this root also, it will change. You need to change in the index.js file also. Here also you need to be changed, whatever the name given. So to a interviewer, maybe will ask that one. What is the intention of the root? Can I change the root ID? Definitely, but you need to know end-to-end flow. Wherever you want the impacts, all the impact should be changed. Okay, sorry. It is done. Everybody is taken done.
Hi, can we
Yeah.
use React Bootstrap and
Yes.
Bootstrap and also Material UI?
Anything you can
Or-
use. Anything you can use. Not only this one.
I
If
mean,
you want to
all.
install, all means, for example, you are having the two equipments. The two equipments are saying that same things. Instead of that one, you can able to, for example, you have the two mobiles, two SIMs. What is your preference? Mobiles having the two SIM slots. What is your preference? Either one mobile you can able to add the individual SIMs, or else in a single mobile you can able to add it. But whatever you want, you can able to use. But there may be a clash in the class names. Those in we should do be take care. For example, React also providing the npm install React-Bootstrap. You are asking that one, right? So that also will be installed. No need to worry. But whatever the comfortable for your project, you can do. Okay. Next, material UI. Materials also nothing but so nowadays people are just starting. So these are giving the rich effectiveness and a very easy code. Instead of the CSS to be added, simply mat hyphen icon like that. Yeah, Sharanya, somebody asked. Yeah, Meena.
Yeah, actually, I was just checking like ఇప్పుడు .js ఇచ్చారు కదా, so there are extensions I saw like .jsx, so
JSX.
different.
Yes, I said right. We are going to learn JSX also. So
So
not
I
now
mean,
immediately, we will see.
okay.
Not now immediately, we will see later.
Okay.
JSX is nothing but JavaScript, XML. Nothing but they are saying about some HTML injection will be happen. That we will see it.
Okay.
Okay, so these two are done, right? So let me showcase how to create a simple component. Inside of src folder, you add a folder for the components. So take it as how to add a components. How to add a component? Add components in the application. So how to add? Create a folder for components. Next, add the folder for the specific component. Okay, so to add this one, you need to be follow. So maybe these points already, whoever is working on React, right? This may be the very basic, no need to worry. So let me strong on the each and every point. Let me strong on you on each and every point. Okay, sometimes we're ready to run. Let us walk and then run. So please bear with you, 1 or 2 classes, we'll go. So here I'm trying to say create a components inside of the components for my instance here I created login.js file, right? No, I just example I shown to you components inside of this one. What are the operations I should have to perform? For example, login. Next, don't be click here, it will be click inside of this one, it will be add. So click here, click on this is the folder, this is the file to add folder, refresh. Okay, I want to add one more folder. Okay, so here I was not comfortable means you can able to add here also. Why yeah, sorry, I just reconnected back due to net issue. Okay, able to hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next, so here I'm trying to say, right, if you want you can able to create it, go to the components. So inside of this component you need to create a login. Next, register, nothing but registration, whatever you want you can able to create. So here also if you want to create a JS files, but instead of that one, let us create here components, login, registration. So let us implement a registration and a login. So first I need to implement a registration, correct? And then only I can do login. So here click on a new file, registration.js. So all components are nothing but a files. All the components are a JS files. All the components are nothing but a simply JavaScript files. Okay, so and each component you need to be implement a function. Okay, first you need to implement a function. See here, in general, the direct rule and principle is the function name should be a camel case. For example, I want to create a registration. For example, we want to create a user registration, user capital R. This should be, we need to be follow. But React peoples are saying that one. So here you are going to create a virtual React DOM, right? To understand that virtual DOM, please create this one a capital function. But the application or the React should have to, compiler should be know which is the ordinary function or a React function to return the data or not. Okay, so here we are going to use the return function. So Monday onwards, we are digging fully into the JavaScript functions, function types, data types. Okay, all these things. So this will be return some data. See here, this is the return function. So here I'm using the JavaScript, simple JavaScript return function. If I want to use this function, I need to export. If I want to use this function, the rule is I need to be export. Once I say export, I can able to use this function, registration. Okay, registration. So how I need to be do? So where I need to be invoke this one? app.js. So in the here simply less than symbol registration. Once you type, automatically it will be import, or else you need to add import. Save it. So compiles will be happen. See React.js registration. So this is the way we need to be create a component. So how to create a component on these things, right? I will explain. No need to worry. Simply create a function and export the function. If I say export, then only I can able to use. This is a simple JavaScript function. Okay. See, this is the type of return function. There is a seven types of functions. So in the real time, we are going to use the 5 types only. Defined function, returnable function, anonymous function, variable function, lambda function. Next, callback function, self-invoking function. Okay. Next, there is a function called generator function. Generator function, people are not at use it that one thing. I mean, Brendan each whoever is developed this JavaScript, right? He's a question to everyone. So there is a conference is going on that one. For the next release, he asked the question, how many used the generator functions? So sometimes you can able to watch his the videos also. I watch. So only 2-3 guys are said I use it. But maybe the real time use case is not came for that one. There is a number of things are there. Okay. See here. So if I say, if I remove the export here, it will throw error. You should be export. If you say export, then only I can able to use. This export keyword is the JavaScript. Here I just created a JavaScript. Okay. So take this one, how to create a component. So try to create a registration component. Registration component. What we did, create a folder, add the JS file, nothing but registration JS file, and add below function. If I say shortcut, please write fully, right? Whatever you understand. Yeah, somebody asked something. No, right? Okay. So this is your step 1. Create a folder, add the registration JS file, and add below code. Next, step 2. So wherever you want, you need to be inject this one. Wherever you need, add this, or import this. You need import this component. So there is a 2 ways to create a component, functional component or a class component. So let us see few examples. All we will cover it, no need to worry. Whenever you need, import this. Wherever you need, import this component and add as selector, and use it. So what is this meant by selector? Selector is nothing but a HTML. Can anybody answer? HTML is what type of programming language?
HTML is a markup language.
Okay.
It's a tag. It's a tag.
So see,
Scripting language.
HTML, error, jokes. So sometimes I found these jokes very funny. See here.
It don't go to static page.
I never faced error in the since years. So what programming language? HTML is ready to code. HTML is not a programming language. Simply it is a markup to write a code. That's it. So because of this one only nowadays React and Angular are surviving. For example, how you are going to write a variable, let a keyword or not? Yes, right?
Yeah.
How we are going to create? How we are going to create a function keyword? So which is a
Correct.
predefined. But if you observe here registration, but which is a what type of a selector? Div is a predefined selector. Table is a predefined selector. Everything is a predefined selector. Only in the entire world, the program, the only one markup language, the HTML, it will never throw a error. Because it is not throwing error, people are injecting the code. Got it?
Yeah.
So which is a never throw a error HTML. So 4 people are sit together planning for the weekend. So Java is saying that 1000 errors. There is one more jerk. Oh, I can't able to. One guy say I don't have any errors. Then all people are asking which programming I want to shift HTML. Again they try to fight with them. Okay. So same like error is HTML is error free language. HTML is the case insensitive language. For example, small or upper. But here this is the React, right? You need to be used perfect. But div means if you can able to use the capital div, small div. CSS also case insensitive, but JavaScript is a case sensitive. Let a capital name is equal to Krishna, let a small name is equal to Krishna. These two are the two different variables. Okay, so sorry. So hope whenever you need to import. How to import? First you need to import. So take this one, this point will conclude today's session. Next you need to be add a reference. Somebody
And
else.
that div is must in the return.
Hmm?
That function, registration function.
Registration function. Here you need
Yeah.
one element to return. Okay, div is
Any
nothing but a
element.
div. Any element. Label
Oh,
also if you want try, you can able to try.
okay.
So tomorrow is the Saturday. Saturday means a design session. Design means we're fully dig into the design. So what is a selector? This is nothing but a selector. Selector is a nothing but element. Okay. So what is meant by element? Anybody saying? So what is meant by element? So Vikrant, you can, if you want try, you can able try like this also. No problem. Code is with you, right? Check the output. Okay. But which is not a recommend. This is the selector is there, but empty selector you given is the not a recommended. But just to check, you can able to try this type of error cases. HTML is error friendly language. You will never get a error in HTML. So registration still there. You can able to inspect. Got it? No selector, nothing to represent. Okay. Same thing if you try in a JavaScript, it will beat us. Very big error will become. In a JavaScript, very big errors will become. Same type of the unintimated code or something unexpected things if you do. Got it? Right?
Yeah.
Because HTML error free language, it will never throw any error, even though if you give or not. But here you are using the React, right? You should give a one element. But can I use like this? Please don't ask the. I will tell that one. So only one root tag should be there, which is the rule of React. We're having a few other rules also we can able to see. So let us see what we have discussed today. So not able to point of interview. Just had a questions. What we have seen today? Use of. I mean,
I think
what is the
you send
intention?
what is element? Element. Please tell me.
Intention of
Hello?
index.js. Yes, I'm hearing. And
What is element?
YAML.js. What is an element? So element is nothing but which will represent the content. For example, you are getting the from content from the database, right? If you want to represent that element, if you want to represent the data, you should be use the element. Element will be represent the content to display in a browser. Okay. So here also you are having the number of elements. Element will be represent content to display in the browser. See here we are using the anchor tag. Anchor tag will be represented as a menu. Okay, so all this HTML we will see tomorrow. So what is an element? How many types of elements? Next, what is a tag? What is an attribute? all these things. Okay, what
Like
is
a
entire
paragraph
types
tags.
of all these things we will see. Okay, that's the HTML. Tomorrow we'll see. Next, intention of index. Next, app.js. Next, application architecture flow. I mean, which application? React.js application architecture flow. Next, React.js internal architecture flow. Next, create component. How to create a component. Okay, all this in here. So today I'm going to give a lab. Today I'm going to give a one link to everyone. Please text me. Please, everyone, please text in a WhatsApp. I have joined. So for those, I will send you the link to write a labs. See, this is the earlier batch 133 thoughts. Okay, you need to be send it. Each time I'm going to give it different. You need to be send a code. So here I'm going to review your code and I will send you. I will tell you. So is there any specific issue or any specific to improvement? Got it? Okay. So here you can able to see others codes also plus B. Don't be copying. But why I'm giving right. So it is a public. Anybody able to see anybody's code. But please implement your code. So why public, right? For example, you can able to see how many ways to implement. Other people's are how you are doing, how they are doing, how you are doing. Also, you can able to compare. Okay, so if you take the 5 members, out of 5, 2 to 3 members can be doing in different ways. You can able to check it. Okay, I will send you the link. So today lab first setup React application. Next, add Bootstrap. Add Bootstrap. How to check your Bootstrap is added or not? Simply add some Bootstrap class. Okay, check for the Bootstrap and add the simple Bootstrap class. Add Bootstrap. Next, create a registration component. Okay, please try to complete this one. Okay, so who having the doubts, please stay. So tomorrow please join the same time, same link.
Chaitanya, I have one doubt.
Give me
Can
a
I
second.
ask?
Yeah, sure, we'll discuss. Give me a second. So take this team, please take it. Okay, hope you people got it right. What type of real-time projects also we're going to do. So those type of real-time projects we're going to do. Just now I said right. So there is a number of projects, or else out of the 10-15 members, if you have any document for the project, give to me. Any document you have in the project, sir, I want to do this project, give to me. I will explain to them project on. I don't have any predefined projects. I will never explain like that. Each time I will take the different. Last time I have taken a health domain, right? This time I'll take some different domain. Before that one, I have taken a retail domain. Before that, I have taken a healthcare, no, financial domain. So each time one domain I will explain. Yeah. So whoever having the doubts, please stay. Others can leave. So thanks for joining. Send me, text me. I have joined. For them, I will send you that labs link. Okay.